Okay, so in this video, I'm going to go through what is the best software to build a professional looking website on a budget. And I'm going to be specifically comparing three popular and really good options, which are WordPress, ClickFunnels, and RocketSpark. So the things I'm going to be comparing are these three things here. So the flexibility, so how many different things can you do with it, what kind of features do they have, and all that kind of stuff. I'm also going to be going through usability. So how easy is it to use and get up and running? And then finally, I'm going to be comparing cost. So how much do all of those different solutions cost? And then finally, I'm going to give you my recommendations at the end based on different scenarios that you might find yourself in so that you can make the decision as to what is the best software for you. Now, before we actually get started, I just want to be clear with who this video comparison is designed for. So it's designed for non-techie people and mainly just business owners or people that just want a website up and running and you don't really want to worry about all the technical stuff and you just want something that gets the job done and gets the job done really well. So that's who this comparison is specifically designed for. So to give you a quick summary of the three different solutions, let's start with WordPress. So WordPress is open source. So this was actually originally created as a blogging platform. But over time, it's evolved into a fully functioning website solution. And because it's open source, it means pretty much anyone can edit it and add plugins and create pretty much almost anything you can think of within the WordPress platform. There's even people that have e-commerce websites using WordPress, even though it was originally designed just as a blogging platform. So, you can do a lot of things with WordPress because of its open source code. Now, with ClickFunnels was specifically designed for building marketing funnels. And because marketing funnels involves creating landing pages, you can also create landing pages used for your website. So ClickFunnels is more geared towards marketing funnels, but you can also use it to build a simple website. And then RocketSpark falls into the website builder category. There's a lot of these drag and drop website builders online these days that you can get. And I've tried and seen quite a lot of them out there, but I've found that RocketSpark really is the best when it comes to a simple and beautiful drag and drop website builder, right, for non-technical people. So that's why I've included RocketSpark here in this comparison. That would definitely be my recommendation if you are looking for some sort of just a simple website builder solution, okay? So let's start off with flexibility. So when it comes to WordPress, as I mentioned, it is open source, which means you can pretty much do anything you want with it. But because of that, it comes at a price. Because if you want to do anything you want with WordPress, you're going to either have to be very technical yourself, or you're going to have to pay a web developer to create whatever it is that you want to create on WordPress. Then we have ClickFunnels. So ClickFunnels, you can technically build your website inside of it, and it works pretty well for a small, simple website. But if in the future you want to add lots of pages or create a blog and things like that, then it becomes a little bit more difficult. But if all you want to do is just create a simple, maybe a 5 or 6 page website, something like that, and you already have a ClickFunnels account, then ClickFunnels can work really well. And then finally, RocketSpark allows you to have an online brochure style website without the headaches that come with building or coding a website yourself. Everything pretty much comes done for you out of the box. All you need to do is just edit the text and just change the images and things like that. It's very, very simple to use. Okay, so when it comes to the flexibility, really WordPress wins when it comes to flexibility because you can do pretty much anything you want. But like I mentioned, it comes at a price. And RocketSpark is kind of like a good in-between between WordPress and ClickFunnels. So it gives you a lot of flexibility because you can do a lot of things around building your website, and it all comes out of the box. You can do it without any coding or paying a web developer. So it's a really good kind of in-between spot between WordPress and ClickFunnels, and it works pretty well if you just want a website up and running. That works really good, has some great features, and you don't want to do any coding or pay a web developer to help you to do that. Now let's talk about usability. So usability is all about how easy it is to actually use and edit the website using these different platforms. So WordPress out of the box is not very user-friendly. You'll need to pay a web developer to help you build a user-friendly WordPress website. So it can be user-friendly, but out of the box, it's usually not, and you're going to have some technical experience in order to get up and running or pay a web developer to help you. And then ClickFunnels, it is very user-friendly. Even out of the box, it's very user-friendly. The problem happens that when you start adding lots of pages, it can just be hard to manage. I mean, it's not, you can build websites in it, but it's not specifically designed for that. So like I mentioned, it works best for simple 5-page websites. It doesn't really work well for a blog. Even on the ClickFunnels website themselves, they don't even host their blog on ClickFunnels, they host it on WordPress. So that's worth keeping in mind. And then for RocketSpark, it's extremely user-friendly, just out of the box. And it also comes with beautiful templates and everything is just easy to edit, okay? So in terms of user-friendliness, I would actually put RocketSpark as the winner for this. It's very, very easy to use and you don't need any technical experience at all. And the support is also very good. If you do have any questions or you get stuck or anything that you need, they'll be more than happy to help you out with that, okay? So just to kind of show you what it looks like, I'm just going to give you a little preview. So here is a WordPress website. This is actually my WordPress website. And you can see I can actually very easily just edit the text. I can click here and I can load up the little text box and I can just edit the text and pretty much put whatever I want. And I can edit all the text on my website as much as I like. Okay, and it's pretty straightforward to edit. But remember, this doesn't come like this out of the box. You have to either do it yourself, set it all up, or you have to pay a web developer to help you do this. And then we have RocketSpark. So this is an example of another one of my websites running on RocketSpark itself. And you can see it does the job pretty well in terms of just getting a website up and running that looks good. And you can see here what it's like when it comes to editing it. You can edit it very similar to how I've got my WordPress website set up. So you can change the text and things like that, the images. You can edit the text here on pretty much anything that you see on the website. It's just really easy to use and it works really well. Okay, so yeah, so just wanted to give you a little preview of what that looks like. And then the final thing to keep in mind is the cost. Okay, so WordPress, it is free to use and it's open source, it's free to use, anyone can use it. But for non-techie people, it will actually end up being the most expensive option. And this is because you need to pay for WordPress management, you need to pay for someone to do updates to the different plugins and to your WordPress account. You need to pay for someone, or you need to do it yourself, all the backups, you need to pay for web hosting. So yep, you can get started for free, but then the costs start adding up. So all in, when you're using WordPress, you're going to be looking at spending around $100 a month. That includes everything, the hosting, the management, the updates, the backups. There are some places that might do it a little bit less, some places that do it a little bit more. So on average, you're looking at about $100 a month. I'm actually paying about $150 a month myself, all in, on my WordPress website. Plus, you also have to pay additional web developer fees, depending if you want any more advanced changes that you just can't do out of the box. Now, you can pretty much do anything you want with WordPress, but remember, you're going to have to do it yourself or pay for it. And then with ClickFunnels, out of the box, you can pretty much do everything you want to do for about $100 a month. So that can just get the job done, one flat rate, very straightforward fee. And then RocketSpark, for $20 a month, you pretty much get everything. You get the hosting, you get the support, you get the maintenance, you get the updates, and obviously you get the platform itself to build and edit your website. So when it comes to cost, RocketSpark would be the best one. It is the lowest cost. And then I would probably say ClickFunnels and then WordPress. WordPress, it might look very cost effective and free, but then there are a lot of hidden costs associated with it. And if you've used WordPress in the past, you'll know that if you don't go with any management or updates or things like that, your website can very easily break or it can get hacked. So you could theoretically not pay anything for all this stuff and you could use it for free or very low cost. But then the problem is, like I mentioned, you could get hacked or it could break and then you don't have a website, which wouldn't be very good. So that kind of gives you an overview of what you're looking at in terms of pricing. Now you might be wondering, what should I actually use? What should I go for? So here are my recommendations based on different scenarios that you might find yourself in. So the first one is, if you are already using ClickFunnels, do you want a simple 5-page website? If so, then just use your existing ClickFunnels account to do that. Because if you already have an account, there's no point, signing up for some new software. If that's all you want, you can do it very easily inside of your existing ClickFunnels account. The other option is, are you planning on having a blog and lots of pages on your website? If so, then I would go with either RocketSpark or WordPress. Or are you on a smaller budget, or do you just want something simple, professional, and that works really well? If so, in that case, I would just go with RocketSpark, because with RocketSpark, as you've seen, it is the one with the smallest budget. It's only about $20 a month, all inclusive. It's simple, it looks good, and it works really well. So you'll get a website up and running without really having to do anything technical. You'll just get something up and running that works well and that looks really good. So these are your 3 different options, just depending on what kind of scenario you would fit into. And hopefully this helps you make a good and educated decision so that you can get your website up and running. And if you do want to go with RocketSpark, I can actually give you a free 60-day trial. So you can try all the different features. I've actually partnered with them to do this. So you can try all the different features. You can actually build your whole website and get everything up and running. And until you're actually happy with the website, you don't have to pay anything. And then when you're happy with the website and if you like how it all looks, then you can pay for it and then everything will go online. Okay, so this is an option for you if you do want to go with a RocketSpark website. All you got to do is just fill in the form. It should be somewhere on this page so that you can get started. And what I'll do is I'll set you up with a special account within RocketSpark so you can get that 60-day trial and you can try it out as much as you like. And if you like it, great. And if not, then no problem as well. So if you want to do that, just fill in the form. It should be somewhere on this website so you can get started and I'll create your RocketSpark new website account for you. Okay, so other than that, I hope this video has been helpful and it will help you get a website up and running so you can have an online presence so that when people check you out online, everything looks good and looks professional and you give the best impression you can to your potential and your existing clients as well. Okay, thanks.